Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Order Terraform Craft. Got two plans today. First one is to finish the train track line, and the second one is to get into using the schematic cannon for projects. Got a really nice one for the second half of the episode. Then technically there's one more thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring home 2 pigs so we can start a pig farming project. So the plan is just to bring them home, feed them, breed them, and get at least a familiarity of some of them up to 100, and then we can move them out and start the pig farm somewhere else. Okay, but let's get started with the train tracks. Definitely have enough now, and also building blocks support the train tracks. I'm just gonna put everything into toolboxes again, and then put those toolboxes into a minecart contraption. Last time I had the issue that my half the inventory was filled with toolboxes and had only a couple slots left for the actual train tracks and building blocks. It wasn't too great, so this time, I wanna compact the storage even more since we don't have any ender chests or something like that by using the card assembler. Right, do we have toolboxes left? No, only 7, so gotta craft a couple more. Alright, so I got 8,000 building blocks and 5,000 tracks, all conveniently in a chest with the other stuff as well, which you might need for making a tunnel. Okay, then let's put it all in a minecart, and then we just have a single item, so a lot of inventory space. Yeah, also gonna bring 2 leads for the pigs maybe. Alright, I made my way out. That's how far we got the last time. I think I ran out of building blocks back then. And here's actually already a situation where we're really considering making a tunnel. I don't think this would go too well because all of the dirt would then collapse. Could just dig through the whole little hill there. Just to try it for once. Might be an idea. So far it looks good. But yeah, there will be definitely some dirt collapsing here. Should have probably brought even more drills. Definitely does collapse, right? No, it gets kind of dragged. Okay. And drops down in the back, so I have to shovel it myself. Yeah, it kind of works, I guess. Yeah, I feel like it might have been a mistake to try to do this, because I feel like tunnels only really make sense if you actually just dig through some stone that doesn't just collapse. So we got all of the gravel and dirt collapsing. Took quite some time to shovel the rest away. We could maybe try to actually make some sort of a tunnel bore machine that immediately places a block above with a deployer so the blocks can't collapse. If that's possible, maybe you can try it in creative real quick. Yeah, I think making a tunnel bore that works with the gravity blocks is gonna be either not really possible or very, very tricky. So I already tried it with deployers somehow, but the problem is really, if you break the block, then the stuff on top falls down immediately. And trying to place a block before stuff falls down, somehow if the deployer is on the same machine, definitely won't work. I also tried to move supports somehow, but it also wasn't too promising. So while they're an anti-form, of course, they don't work. But it's also not an option. And they even break if you place them as blocks again. I wonder if I would just have a support now here on the side. I mean, I could always have deployers that place supports every step of the way and then mine them again. That might be something we could try. But it would get very tricky again. Let's see. Wait, what? What was he broken? I think it was still in the glued structure. Is this still in range? Yeah. Okay. Can a deployer even place the supports? Gotta try that as well. I guess this might actually work. Just deployers here at the back of the mechanical drill. And then drills again that mine the supports. Let's see. Placing didn't really work. First couple blocks. It's actually so strange. Did they run out of supports already? There should be some in the toolbox here. Gotta stop this here real quick. No, they have some. Is this some update order issue? Oh no! But wouldn't it be enough if we have blocks below and then just support above? So something like this. Wait, what? Where's those coming from now? What's going on? No idea. Maybe they were loot somehow. So even that doesn't work somehow. So those blocks here apparently don't support. Yeah. Okay, things are kind of getting interesting. So we're placing supports now in the back. And it kind of works. So the one issue is right now this deployer actually just places like a player, 3 supports at a time, like a player. So we're kind of wasting a lot there. Also the other deployer that plays the middle segment is 1 block further back. This way we make sure the update order is right and this one gets placed last. It kind of works actually. Interesting. Let's actually add a couple more. Let's speed this up. Let's see if it goes actually all the way through. Yeah, even mining this stuff doesn't update the gravel, so that's neat. That's kind of a working solution. That's actually nice. Should we do something like that? Not sure. So we could definitely get around the issue here with the supports, or placing 3 supports, if you had another block above. Just another deployer that places a block above, then we get this instead. That would definitely work. Then this needs to be 5 blocks tall. You probably also want deployers in the back to place some sort of a non-gravity block. So right now any block update would cause this to collapse. Guess we're getting somewhere there, but it's getting quite a big project. I think I'm just gonna leave this up to a future tunnel bore project. But it's actually good to know that we can make a tunnel bore collapse proof by adding supports. Okay, good I actually looked into this. Okay, I'm just gonna continue normally here in survival because we're almost through. It's just like 10 blocks more and we would come out here again with the tunnel bore. In case we run into another situation where I actually need another tunnel, then I would actually drive all the way back, try to assemble a better tunnel bore machine and come back and use it. But for this one here, I mean, just a couple blocks left now. Time for a progress update. Now I'm 6,500 meters away from home. Here we got the rolling hills biome. I actually thought this would be way worse than it is, so I just decided to stay at around Y80 and just build bridges over the valleys and connect to one hilltop to the other. So made my way through there. Here was the tunnel and we almost hit the mesa biome. So guess here I'm gonna just do the same with the mesa biome. Just pick a Y value, stick to it and just mostly bridge over it. And there we almost got there. Okay, finally made it. I got a permanent train connection to the big lake now. That's so satisfying. Okay, the plan for this area was to have some sort of a decorative build. Maybe a automatic brewery or something like that, where we place barley with some machines, harvest it, and turn it into beer. I think it would be kind of fun, but yeah, of course, not the most useful project at this point. I mean, all you can do with the beer, of course, is just make vinegar, but I think it would be nice to have something like this at some point. Right, then maybe it would actually be interesting to see the whole length of the train tracks. Could maybe make a quick time lapse. Alright, I'm back home. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any pigs. I guess we have to go exploring for those specifically at some point. Now let's actually continue with the schematic cannon. I got a craft order first. I got the materials already, I think. It's actually a bit expensive. It costs you 2 double sheets, so basically 8 steel ingots in total. But we can make multiple even. Okay, do they stack? Oh, they don't even stack. Okay, they are very heavy items. Okay, like barrels. So I can only carry one at a time unless I use toolboxes, I would assume. Let's place them down. Okay, so here are the schematic cannons. Looks complicated, but it's actually quite simple. Yeah, gonna figure that out later. Then we also need a couple other things. So we need to make the schematic table as well. To have everything planks. Yeah, one schematic table. Then we also need a schematic. But it's just paper and light blue dye. Pretty sure I made paper by accident. Yep. Made a lot of that stuff, remember it? Because for the sandpaper I needed unrefined paper. Okay, and then light blue dye. Ooh, hardly have any left. I can use the blue dye, which is actually at this point still not renewable. So you can turn certain flowers into dye, lapis as well, but none of that is renewable right now. Hopefully this changes at some point. Okay, yeah, I need to get blue dye at some point again. Alright, then let's make schematics. Now I just need a project for the schematic cannon. There's something I have in mind for quite a while. Basically ever since I found out I can make copper blocks in this and have a use for all of the copper I'm producing. So there is this weird peninsula with the square top, yeah, next to the bay that I'm settling around. And I thought the Statue of Liberty could actually fit very well in this. First thought maybe a lighthouse could be something that could fit, but I think the Statue of Liberty would be even better. And there's actually one I can just take from a vanilla world that I still have, because I made a video about this a while ago. So I took one from Planet Minecraft. So there it is, the Minecraft Statue of Liberty. Some of you might remember this, because I actually made a video when the copper blocks were released, and I made just a time lapse of a copper Statue of Liberty oxidizing over time. It was actually a pretty popular video. It has 2.5 million views now. Alright, so I'm gonna take a schematic of this using Lightmatica, and then we can convert the Lightmatic into an NBT, so something you can use with the structure blocks, or in this case also with the schematic cannon. Okay, so I saved this as a schematic first. The next step is actually to go to the schematic manager and then select the file. Here, click vanilla structure and then do export as. And just save schematic, and then we can use it as an MBT. Just gonna drag it into the TerraFirmaCraft folder. Back in TerraFirmaCraft, now I just need to copy over the schematic files to the schematic table. So just select the file, put the empty schematic in there, and press OK. Then it actually takes a while. You'd expect that it actually goes instantly, but for some reason it takes forever. And it's finally finished. So I can take the schematic out. And now it shows a rough outline. I think I need to right click first. Yep, then it shows the schematic. And then I can hold the left alt to focus. Like you can, for example, move it up. I have a couple other options. Position, rotate, mirror. Oh, those animations are actually really good. I like those. Okay, that's really good. Alright, and if I like it, I can just go on click and right click. Okay, at least in creative I can do that. Okay, now we get the Statue of Liberty in TerraFirmaCraft, but of course there's vanilla blocks that I could technically get. So there's actually a way right now to get cobblestone and also, I guess, stone, the recipe to convert it. But I'm gonna definitely adjust this and yeah, change this to blocks from TerraFirmaCraft. I guess instead of stone bricks, just gonna use rhyolite bricks and so on. So there we go. I also swapped the oxidized copper with normal copper. Here we got the rhyolite bricks and set the game rule random tick speed to 0, so we don't have any of the copper here oxidizing. Okay, then I actually can take the schematic and quill and make a new schematic. So this time only TerraFirmaCraft blocks and so on. So we can actually use it with the schematic cannon. So to make the schematic, just need to use the schematic in Quill, click on a block, first position is set, and then you need a second one. Let's use this corner point here. There we go. Oh, it's right click. Okay, right click. And how can we save it? Right click again, then we can save it here. Alright, back in survival. Now I think we just gotta download the schematic again. Just scroll through. This one here. Oh, this one goes quicker. Isn't that odd? And there it is. Okay, then let's try to set it up. Okay, position. This might be a bit more tricky actually in survival. Definitely gotta move it. It's also a bit large. Let's see, move Y, position. How does this work? What is actually tricky to do? Maybe here? That was a good one. If you could actually just scroll in one axis, that would be even more helpful, but it was a bit better. Which you should actually be able to do. So the first one is move X Z, shifts the schematic horizontally. Point at the schematic and control scroll to push it. Okay, control scroll. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I like this. This is probably as good as it gets with the blocks below. This should work. Also rotated the statue so it faces this way, not towards the sea or something like that. I've been in New York twice in my life. Never been at the Statue of Liberty directly, but I've passed it when I took the ferry from Staten Island to Manhattan. It's kind of similar. It also faces this way. Guess, yeah, that's probably the right direction for it. Okay, then we need to place the schematic cannon somewhere. Somewhere close, I guess. Should we even go closer? Maybe. No, it doesn't matter. At the beach should be fine. Okay. Then we give it the schematic. Oh wait, I actually need to... Do we need to select mirror or something like that? No, it's probably fine. Can put the schematic in there. Or do we need to confirm it? Maybe right click it or something like that? No, I mirrored it. Don't want it. Let's put it in there. Maybe it works. Out of gunpowder. Okay, that's fine. I want a checklist printer. That's why I actually brought the book. There we go. So that gives you a material list. That's going to be really useful. So 4,000 blocks of copper. And there was a bit of glowstone inside. Rhyolite bricks, brick stairs, smooth rhyolite. And there were some torches as well. Okay. Then, yeah, I'm gonna get the gunpowder. Pretty sure I can just take sulfur from the mob farm and craft with charcoal. And some, what was the other one? Saltpeter. And then we need to get the blocks. And they need to be in like inventories that are adjacent to the cannon. Okay, let's set all of this up. Why does it not show the statue anymore? Because it's in the cannon. I think that's intended. Alright, then let's get that stuff. Alright, I think I got everything. I brought over 6 chests and all the materials. Just gonna put the loose stuff in here for now. Some smaller stuff, and of course, tons of the rhyolite bricks. Didn't even bring one more. Yeah, there's another one. Toolbox for the stairs. Guess one of the toolboxes can also be placed here. Should be able to access it. Okay, and the rest just goes into chests again. There's just a ton of copper that I got in here. Bit over 4,000. In case all of those are filled. Hopefully they are. Yeah, that should be enough. Right, it's probably actually best next time if I just make a big vault and dump all of the stuff in there. Okay, now I just need to put in the gunpowder in here. By the way, there's apparently no option to use a hopper or something like that to refill the cannon automatically. At least I didn't find a way to do this. I also tried with funnels in creative. That's a bit of a problem. Does last quite a while, but I think after like 25,000 uses or blocks placed, that shows with backup 25,000 blocks. So for really large projects, after like 4 or 5 hours or so, you need to come back and place new gunpowder in there. That's really unfortunate. Before I started, I'm gonna change the mode here. There is an option, replace solid with any. Yeah, definitely, but I actually want to replace solid with empty even. So like all the blocks we have here that aren't really inside of the schematic, they're just outside. I guess I want those to be replaced. Alright, then should I actually check it again? I could probably take it out and check again. Everything is alright. Yeah. One last check. Okay. Then here we go. Okay, it starts shooting blocks. Can't see much yet. I do have some scaffolding. Can maybe go up there. Okay, what's happening? Okay, so blocks are being placed here. I should probably remove the tree as well. There you go. And apparently also blocks will be replaced, so that's good. Okay, so the cannon is definitely doing stuff. It also looks correct what it's doing. From what I can tell, we shouldn't have to worry about like blocks collapsing and so on. When I tested this in creative, it even was able to remove fluids without giving a block update. So we could technically use this to make a perimeter. If you like select a whole chunk to be air printed, then I guess multiple schematic cannons could actually make a perfect perimeter. That's something you could maybe look into, but of course, the downside is this is actually rather slow, and in a perimeter scale, the 25,000 blocks this could run for until we need to refill the gunpowder is not that much. If you need to remove like 20 million blocks, and 25,000 isn't a lot. But this might be an option actually for making a perimeter. Or maybe making trenches or stuff like that. So it's definitely a quite interesting thing we have here. Okay, I also checked already how fast this is. So it shoots a block every 11 ticks, it seems like. So per hour should be about 6,500 blocks that are being placed. So this could run for like 4 hours. Okay, then nothing else left to do than waiting. I think I'm gonna give an update after like maybe 20 minutes or so. Alright, a couple minutes later, we can definitely see the rough shape now, but we had a couple issues also with blocks collapsing. So it wasn't completely right. So there's sometimes definitely no block update, because those blocks here weren't collapsing at all when the stuff below got removed. But nevertheless, we definitely had, as you can see here, items floating, stuff collapsing. There's even some stairs that somehow got knocked out by the dirt from above. I guess in the end, we'll just put in the schematic again and run it once more. Maybe then prints the rest correctly as well. Okay, here it's happening again. Not entirely sure why we got block updates. Maybe it was random tick based. Yeah, there's like snow layer forming. This could give block updates. Maybe it was because of that. Would have been maybe helpful if I would actually moved away from the whole cannon, so it's out of random tick range. Maybe that was the issue. I guess while I got nothing else to do than waiting, I'm just gonna dig away the gravel and dirt here inside. It's probably best to take a look at this in spectator mode. So here we got a nice overview, so it's taking shape now. Copper blocks are being printed. And you can also see the base and the mob form in the background. Almost finished now, just the hand left and the torch. Actually, don't think we're gonna see the statue being green unless we specifically go for it, because the base is like 400 meters away. That's definitely out of random tick range. So we would need to build something within like 120 blocks. Could maybe be a factory building up here, something like that. Otherwise, probably gonna stay in that color. Okay, those gotta be the last couple blocks now. That's the torch. Is there actually a progress bar or something like that? I didn't pay attention. Yeah, there is one. Just the tip of the arrow left. That's actually being printed now. Oh, it shoots up to the torch. Only a couple blocks left. And it dinked, okay. And it's done. Alright. Finished. I wonder, so there's actually a couple blocks that got destroyed. I think it was only like the 4 stairs there. If we would tell it to do it again, what would happen? Let's take it out, put it back in. Can we just do that? No, apparently not. Oh, I see. So the schematic was turned into an empty schematic again. So we would need to bring it to the schematic table, load the schematic again, realign it, and then we could put it back in. But I think I'm just gonna place those 4 stairs myself. Let's also check the view from our house at the Statue of Liberty. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. So from 400 meters away, of course, we get the distant horizon rendering. It's not as detailed, but that's actually still really good. Also, maybe a quick fly over in spectator mode. Oh yeah. I can't really pick the weather, unfortunately. It should go a bit lower. Okay, so good. Yeah, I like this. Alright guys, so there was good progress today. The long train track line is finished and also the Statue of Liberty. I will definitely make more use of that schematic cannon from now on. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to design everything in creative now, then just print it in survival. Especially the bigger projects, like the smaller ones you can probably still do in survival because it's just too much effort to make the schematic and so on, but yeah, bigger projects for sure. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thanks guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.